Hey everyone, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we have this 2023 Cadillac LYRIQ, and we're going to do the taillight tint installation for this vehicle. So as you can see, this is how it looks before doing the installation on the taillights, and this is how it looks after the installation. So the tint has PPF properties, which means it will protect the lenses from yellowing over time, as well as protect it from any small scratches or any road debris that may hit the lens. If you like the product, link for the product will be in the description below. But with that being said, let's get started with the installation video. So the tools you need in order to install the tint kit will be Slip Solution, Tack Solution, a heat gun, squeegee, and a microfiber towel. And a step-by-step guide in order to create the two solutions will be in the description below. So before starting with the installation, we need to make sure we prep the panel. So to prep it, all you need to do is just apply Slip Solution to the taillight lens. And we're going to use a clean microfiber towel to start removing any contaminants that the lens may have, and also clean this piece here because some of the vehicles have a light here on this section, so make sure you prep this side as well. Okay, so we're going to start off by installing this piece of the taillight first. So with this one, to start off the installation, you want to apply Slip Solution onto the lens and Slip Solution onto the tint film, and make sure you get all of the film, because with this one we're going to need to align it perfectly, so it needs to be able to move and adjust. So to start with the installation, we're first going to focus on aligning it right in this middle section. The reason being is because there is a curve here, so once we tack down this section here, we could work afterwards on each side. So make sure you follow the design for the taillight here. So this curve should match the curve here, so you could pre-install it to see where exactly you're going to need to align it. So right here, it matches the design, so this is the position we needed to align. So we have it there. Lift the film carefully and apply Tack Solution behind the film and on top. That way we could start securing this piece here. So just start tacking it down. Make sure you hold it with one hand, that way it doesn't move out of the position. We have it aligned here. And just tack this whole section down, and then start tacking it down around the curve, and make sure afterwards you remove the fingers that are around this curve as well. Now that we secured this piece, we could work on each section, so you can start from either end. It doesn't matter since this piece is already secured. So now all we need to do is make sure everything is aligned, make sure it's covering the panel. So just make sure, if you need to align it, apply Slip Solution so you're able to move the film like this. So it should already be aligned since we aligned it here first, but just in case the film is not aligned, you will apply the Slip Solution and align it, but everything should fall perfectly into place. And then just have it aligned, apply Tack Solution on top, and start tacking this whole section down. So the two cutouts should match up here, and then just tack down everything up here. And just make sure there's no solution wherever you're working. So what I mean by no solution is behind the film. So make sure there's no water bubbles, because afterwards we're going to need to seal the film with heat. And once we seal it, we won't be able to remove any bubbles that are trapped behind the film. So once you finish tagging it down, clean the film just so you can see if there's any bubbles behind the film. If there is, remove them. And if there isn't, you should be good to go and move on with the next piece, which is that section over there. Okay, now that we've finished this side, now we move on to this side. So if you could tell, once you finish this piece and you try to align it here, you're missing just a little bit of amount of film to reach to this edge. So we're going to need to stretch the film. So in order to stretch it, lift the film carefully and apply a good amount of Slip Solution on the lens and on the film. That way we're able to glide the film all across the lens and make sure it stretches here. And make sure this whole area is dry. That way you have a better grip when you're trying to stretch the film. So use both hands to stretch the film until you reach it to this edge here. So as you can see, now that we stretched it, it reaches the edge here. This piece should also reach the edge. Once you have it there, hold it in position, make sure everything is aligned, make sure you're covering everything, so it should be good. Hold it in position, apply Tack Solution all across the film, and with your squeegee, start securing the film, so tack it down. So just tack down the whole film. Make sure there's no solution. Remember to tack down the lower section too. And now we move on to tacking down any lip film that's still lifting. So for example here, we're going to need to apply tack solution and heat, as well as here, tack solution and heat. Just go all around, double check and see where it still needs to be tacked down. And then once you're done, you can move on with the next piece, which is the bottom piece. So tack solution there, here, and anywhere else where you see the film still lifting, and then start applying heat to tack it down. And you could also use your microfiber towel to help tack down the film, and it's also going to help you absorb any solution that's behind the film. Okay, and now we can move on to the bottom piece. So for this bottom piece, just start by applying slip solution on the film, slip solution on the lens, and slip solution on the tint. And with this one, we recommend starting from the lower end here, just so it aligns and tacks down to the curve first. So align it there and make sure you cover the lens on the curve. Once you have it there, grab your tack solution and start tacking the film down. So lift it carefully and apply it underneath and on top. So once you apply your tack solution, hold it in position and start tacking it down. So it's pretty simple. All you need to do is just make sure you remove any fingers that are around the curve, and that's pretty much it. So just focus on this area first, because any fingers that we have around here will get removed once we stretch the film going up. Now that this piece is secured, we're going to lift this piece again, apply slip solution on the lens and behind the film, and just do a light stretch in order to reach it and cover the top piece over here. So just a small light stretch until you reach it up there. As you can see, all the fingers that we did have here, they're all gone. So now just hold it in place, apply tack solution, hold it with one hand, and with the other one start tacking it down. So if you're having trouble seeing if there are any bubbles, just use your microfiber towel to clean off the tint, and then that's how you'll be able to see if there's any bubbles behind the film. And now the last thing to do would be to apply tack solution all around the edges where you see small fingers. And once you apply tack solution, apply heat and then squeegee them down with your squeegee to remove any small fingers. So here and anywhere else where we see the fingers. You can also wrap your microfiber towel around your squeegee to help tack down the fingers. Also, what the microfiber towel will do is help absorb any solution that is trapped behind the film. And it also help you dry the film faster as well. So once we're done removing the fingers from this section here, now we can move on to the final piece, which is the light where the trunk is at. Okay, so now we're moving on to this section here. So just apply slip solution to the lens here and slip solution to the tint film. So start by aligning the film right on the edge and make sure you have enough material to cover the top piece and also bottom. And also with this one, keep in mind the material that we have here to curve on top, you will need to tuck in underneath the spoiler here. So make sure you just give yourself enough material to tuck in inside. Make sure it's good here. On this side, you are going to need to just stretch it a little bit to reach to this end. So like that, do a small stretch. We'll make sure this piece is still aligned. So we need to secure this section first. So apply tack solution, hold it in position and make sure it's still aligned. Tack this whole section down. So just focus on the middle piece first. Now that that piece is secured, it's not going to move even if we try to pull the film. Now all we need to do is lift it here, apply a little bit of slip solution, place it back down, and just do a light stretch to cover the edge here. And that should be it. Hold it in position, apply tack solution, and now you could tack down the middle section. So that secured this piece. Apply tack solution one more time to secure this other middle section here on top. And now we can focus on removing any solution that's behind the film. So the film right here should just go tucked underneath, perfectly fine. Just make sure you remove any solution behind the film, because if not, you're going to have bubbles. So make sure this is good. And now focus on top, tuck inside the film. So in order to tuck this piece here, what you need to do is lift the film and tuck it inside by curving it, because if you just tuck it in like this, you may crease it. So make sure you help it tuck in. So let's lift the film, and to help it tuck in, what you can do to make it easier is apply slip solution just on the top surface. That way we're able to bend the film and glide it inside. So bend it and slide it in. And that's perfect. Now grab your squeegee, and now you can tack down the rest of the film. And for this piece here, we know that it's already blacked out, but just to give you protection on this piece of the lens here, we added this section for the tints. And now we're done with the whole installation. Just make sure there's no bubbles underneath the film, and this should be good. And now we move on to the last piece, which is post-heating the entire set that we installed. So the last thing to do once you finish installing the whole piece is to post-heat the film. So to post-heat, all you need to do is just apply tack solution all around the film. Make sure not forget the bottom piece. And you can use your heat gun and a microfiber towel to help post-heat the whole film. So the heat gun will help add heat to the film, which will help activate the adhesive on the film. And the microfiber towel will help tack down the film and also help absorb any solution that is trapped behind the film. And once you're done with this step, you're done with the installation. Okay, so that concludes the installation video for the Taillight tints for the 2023 Cadillac LYRIQ. We hope that this video helped you guys out with the installation. If it did, don't forget to drop a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell. That way you don't miss any upcoming installation videos. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.